So here we have Sky. Sky is one of our available pups here at Lewis Manor. Right now I'm just demonstrating her working on her kennel and weight. Every day we run through all of her commands that she has under her belt. Sit, down, kennel, weight, place command, etc. She's doing really great with all of her commands. And I just like to run through these and just give you a little glimpse of how she's doing with this command. She's doing really great. Toss a treat in, tell her kennel. I tell her wait once I have her focus and she's done eating. And then when she kind of settles, I will tell her wait. And then okay is the release word. Only letting her out once I say that release word. Again, toss that treat in, close it behind her. Wait till I have that focus to set her up for the best success. And then telling her wait. And then okay. She's doing really, really good with this. Sky is a very fast learner. She is a very fun, exciting pup to work with. She has a great personality. She's a little goofy, but she is a big, big snuggler. But she also loves to just go anywhere and everywhere with you, which makes her an all-around great, great pup. So again, tossing that treat in, telling her kennel, using positive marker words throughout this, like yes, good, good girl, closing that door behind her, waiting until she finishes that treat so her focus is on me and not eating, telling her wait, opening the door all the way up, and then okay. So this is also demonstrating her patience. The biggest part of the kennel and wait command is to deter barging, set her up to have good, nice manners. The wait command especially is important for this, as we also use it for doorways or walking across streets, so it can also be seen as a safety command. Here, Sky is working on her sit stays. So I get her to do a sit by just giving her the signal, flat open hand like a stop sign almost, telling her stay, and then creating distance. You'll notice Sky laid down almost like she wanted a belly rub. I just plopped her back up into that sit, and then reminded her with a stay with a flat open hand, and then created more distance again. And the reason for this is sit, stay, and down stay are structured commands. So she has to understand once I give her that sit or down command and a flat open hand telling her stay, she has to follow through. These are structured commands, unlike the place command, where she's able to go onto a corunda bed or any type of bed for that matter and just do whatever makes her happy as long as she stays on the bed. These stay commands just have it where she has to follow through and hold that exact position until given the release word. Keeping it very positive, giving her positive marker words throughout this command, but also making sure to follow through in a positive way. So I will just do lots of repetition. She keeps laying down here. I just kind of gently pick her up back into that sit, tell her stay. She lays back down, gonna do it again. If I let her get away with laying down, then she wouldn't understand and she'd think that's an acceptable behavior. So once she does kind of stay into that sit stay, and I have that focus and I tell her stay, I created a little bit of distance. I'm using positive marker words throughout this whole thing. And then I walk up and I praise her, telling her good job, and then the release word. It is not a touch release. I walk up and praise her throughout the command. And by having me walk up and praise her at the end, has it where there's no anticipation about what's about to happen next, and she has to have handler focus to hear that release word. So when Sky's on her back, I'm going to wait to give her that stay until she was on her side there. And the reason for that is down is a structured position, not a belly rub. So she has to be on her side and on her belly for a down. So waiting it out, like I said, she loves belly rubs. So the biggest part of what she's doing here is just trying to see if she can get away with just getting belly rubs if I'm going to give in. And sometimes I'll stand there and wait until she kind of rolls over onto her belly, or I'll even tap the floor to get her into that structured down. At the beginning of the command, I always want her to initially do the command herself. I don't want to put her in that position. But when she does break away, that is when I do put her into the position itself, because you only have approximately about 10 seconds. And if I sit there trying to lure her back into a sit or down, it's going to go over her head what I'm exactly asking of her. And then I'm no longer setting her up for success. So by getting her back to the same spot, same position, following through, she understands she has to hold that position until given that release word. And I only give treats at the end so that they have to work for their treat. If I said they're giving her treats throughout it, she wouldn't understand what she's necessarily being rewarded for. So right here, we're working on her rollover. Sky is an exciting pup to work with. She has a great energy level. She doesn't have too much energy, but she definitely can keep up with you throughout the day. But she has a really fun personality. So we did introduce the rollover command, and as you see, she's doing really well with that. I just kind of signal to one way after she lays down, telling her roll over, and then rewarding it. We started this with a lure phase. She's no longer on that. And then, of course, ending with a lot of praise and snuggles. I want her to know she did a great job during our session. And this is a really important part of our daily routine, is making sure she gets lots of praise and snuggle time. If she could sit here and do this all day, she would, especially if I was giving her belly rubs. So just making sure we ended on a good note with what we were working on, her strongest commands, which are sitting down. And then, of course, lots of snuggle and lots of praise.